Welcome back, you off-road mother truckers. We're back in the garage today, and today we're installing that universal Kemimoto turn signal and horn kit. Doesn't look like it's going to be a lot of fun. Installation says a half hour to 45 minutes. Let's see how much longer we can take. So after unpackaging everything, we realized they sent us two different turn signal kits. One was circular turn signals that were really small, about the size of a dime, and then triangular turn signal kits that stick out past the buggy quite a bit. So with my style of driving and the amount of time we spend in the woods, we decided to go with the smaller turn signal kits. As you can see, we spent a few minutes trying to figure out where exactly we were going to place these turn signals. So first step is to put your toggle switches in. The good thing about the Commander, at least the DPS, is that I have several open spots to put rocker switches. You have your rocker for the turn signals, and you have your rocker for the horn. So let's go ahead and dig into that. So I already pulled the tabs on mine. Obviously, you can tell which way that goes. Those are for your four ways for your horn. So you just slide the box through or slide the plug through. Sorry, it is a wiring nightmare under here because I've added so much stuff to this buggy. But just slide it through, sucker, push it through, should clip in. There you go. Now you got your rocker for that inside your panel. Now obviously, this is Kemimoto. So you want that upside, right side up. Again, push through, push it in, voila. Put my panel back on maybe. All right, toggles are in. Toggles are in. On to the next step. So that's first step. Next step, you gotta hook the power to your battery with this. Got a positive and a negative. These run to your rocker switches. So this has to be installed somewhere up front. We're not sure exactly where to do that yet because I have a wiring nightmare up there. So we're gonna figure that out and then we'll move on to that step. But you also need to make sure you have enough wire going back to your battery. I have a 4-seater, so that's important. If you only have a 2-seater, there's definitely plenty of wire here for you. You could run this to the passenger side if you needed. After looking through everything, I think our best bet on the Commander is to install that box under the hood and then run everything through the wiring boot. All right, so since we decided we're gonna put it under here, we have to pull some panels off.
You need to clean this thing better.
Yeah, future advice, if you're installing a turn signal kit, clean your buggy first. As you can see, we got the front clip off. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to do that to install this. We did it because it gives us way more access and it's going to make things a whole lot easier. So now that we have it off, we're going to focus on where we're putting that box, that panel, and running everything through the electrical wire boot that we have to. The blessing to having a tiny little wife, she has tiny little hands. So she is pushing some of the wiring through the boot right now.
Look at that.
If you can see down in there, there's a boot to run your wire from the front to the back. Watch slowly as the wire disappears. Hold on, don't be yanking willy-nilly.
I'm yanking.
Go ahead, keep going. All right, so we got the power cable through. Now we have to get the rocker switches through. So in your kit, you do get zip ties. Anytime I run wiring and everything up front, I try to drill through the machine as little as possible. So we will zip tie the box right to the front clip right up here. I have a bar that goes across. I already got some wires zip tied here, so we'll just zip tie it right to here. So that way, if you have to fix anything or move anything or you're adding anything, it's pretty simple. You just cut the zip tie, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Done! Because if you drill it in or screw it in, then you have to pull that. And then if you move it, then you have holes in your machine. And we love quick routing, so we're not gonna put any holes. So we're kind of doing this out of order. You can follow the instructions to the T if you want. I'm ADHD as hell, so everything I'm doing is leading to another step that I can't concentrate unless I get to that step. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna run the wire back to the battery and connect it. And then we're gonna try to hide the wire. I said from the very beginning, it's a 30 to 45 minute installation, which is probably correct installation time. As far as hiding wires and everything, that's obviously gonna take a lot more time. We're gonna run the wire back to the battery, which we have already, as you can see down here. We're gonna finish running it, connect it to the battery, and then hide it. So we ended up discovering that we didn't have enough wire with the box out underneath, so we're gonna move the box inside and run the connection for the actual lights through the boot itself. So we're feeding back through just the plug for the lights. As you can see, we fed that through. So now that's the only wire coming through. So we're going to run the box inside. We'll mount it somewhere underneath the steering column. That should give us enough slack to get to the battery. Again, if you have a 2-seater, this is going to be a whole hell of a lot easier. 4-seater, the battery is located in the back. Well, at least on the Commander, it's located in the back. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, especially when it comes to hiding wires. So now that we got that, we'll find a place to mount it underneath the steering column and go from there. So we have opted to run it down the center console. It's the best place. It's going to give us the most chance of getting to the battery with the wire. And we might actually run our wires for the rear lights that way also. So we got it mounted up underneath the dash in about the best location. So we ran it up underneath right there. So it's secure, it's good, it's out of the way. So now we're going to continue running wires down the center and go from there. Okay, so now that we figured out we're running it through the center console, it's time to hook it up to the battery. I'm going on top of the posts because the female connector that they give you is pretty large. So the next part is to just start connecting everything. The rockers are pretty simple. They're color coded, black to black, white to white. So you got your wiring. For ease of installation, we're going to disconnect all of these and set them to the side later. The only thing that matters is not these, but right and left. Because front or back, they're going to be blinking whether you're putting left or right on, or 4 ways. Now, you do have these lights with extra wire. Those are obviously going to go to your back because you're probably going to need it. Let's go ahead and disconnect all these. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. You're going to plug this into this, male to female. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Done! We're gonna start with probably the hardest ones. We're gonna run the wires through the boot for the rear turn signals. We opted, I think we're running these down. We're gonna run these down the center like we did the battery cable, and then through the rear firewall into the back. So we ended up running them straight down the center console, as you can see right there. Tucked them in, ran them up the back of the firewall, and then we realized there's space right back in here behind the seat belt. We're going to run it through that space, through the firewall. We should have plenty enough wire with the extensions to run straight to the back. So we're going to run them through here, down the frame rail, and then back there. Now the other one will run across. We'll probably run it across there. So that way, you don't want to run it across the bed because as it tilts up, it's going to pull wire. So we got it all planned out. We know what we're doing, but we actually have no idea what we're doing. But this is our first time installing a turn signal kit. And I will say, aside from running the wires, that's going to be dependent on your machine. Kemimoto has this sorted out great. It's literally almost plug and play, and everything seems to be going pretty smooth. I can't wait to see this when it's done. So as I stated, we got it through the firewall. We are going to zip tie it with the harness for the lights that's already there. We'll zip tie them here, and then we'll run accordingly across for that one and here for this one. So I've opted to put my rear lights where the Can-Am Commander already had reflectors, because I busted one off already, so there's no sense in keeping the other one on. But we're gonna put them right here. We're gonna aim for dead center. I'm particular as hell, so I'm gonna measure them out and mark dead center. You're gonna need a 16mm drill bit for this. I see a lot of people using step bits. I don't have those, so I'm gonna be using something I probably shouldn't be using, but it should work. We're trying to debate on where to put it because we spend a lot of time in the woods. So we're trying to find a spot that's not going to get hit a lot or beat up or tore off for that matter. So we're debating somewhere in these pieces right here. We thought about here. We could do dead center right here. But I like doing it in one of these corners because then we got a good spot to compare or to go off of. So it's not, if we put a dead center, if we don't get them even, I'm going to be able to tell, and that'll bug the daylights out of me. So I'm thinking that was free up in here, wasn't it?
I believe so.
So it's roughly about the size. Okay, so we laid out where we're going. We're going right here, and then same spot over here. So now it's time to get to drilling. Got to clean your holes up so that way the rubber seal goes in nicely. If you have a file, this will be a whole lot better. But I do not have any files. I need to buy some. So hopefully we can talk to the old lady after this job to talk her into getting some files. For those of you that don't know, she's behind the camera, so she hears everything I'm saying. Not really the proper drill bits either, but they're working, so we're not going to complain. Like I said earlier, a step bit would probably be your best bet. All right, now feed these through. I like to peel the seal back first, put it in, and then once you get it in, it's a lot easier. So just push the light on through. There you go. All right, get the seal in good, then push the light in. Bada bing, bada boom. You're done.
Done yet.
You're done. 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 So everything is connected, working properly. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done. But now the fun part of putting everything back together and then getting out on the road and testing this shit. But here's a sweet time lapse. Beautiful couple working together to accomplish a goal. Instructions said 30 to 45 minutes. If you're not a content creator and you're not filming this, you could probably get it done in about a half hour, 45 minutes, excluding running wires. If you are as particular as I am about hiding wires, it takes a minute to do. But as far as everything wiring goes, it was absolutely easy. They have everything pretty much plug and play. Run the wires, plug them in, good to go. You will need a drill bit for sure. I have seen people put them on without drilling holes in their machine. That's up to you, however you want to do it. But again, Kemimoto hit the nail on the head with this one. It was super easy. It looks good. The lights are bright. Installation was easy. They have a couple of different options. One with a license plate holder, one with triangular turn signals. We opted to go with the smaller turn signals, so that way it's not cluttering up the machine. Plus the triangles were a lot bigger. When we get out in the woods, I want less chance of ripping these lights off. So I'm gonna give it another A+ for Kemimoto. Again, we appreciate you sending us your products to check out. And so far they've been a hit. So if you guys have any side-by-side needs, accessories, parts, whatever you need, check out Kemimoto.com. Everything I've gotten so far has been magnificent. But check out this awesome montage. We're going to put this thing into use and you get to watch. Until next time, guys, it's been OffRoadTruckerZ Garage. We'll see you on the next one. And I'm pretty sure the next one will hopefully be a ride. We're crossing our fingers. Weather's starting to turn around. We'll see you out on the trails. Come say hello. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done. Done.